Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Happening. My name is Jorge Shaft, and it's been a pretty exciting show today. We've reversed the kind of order in which I normally do things, and I actually kind of like it. Starting with Afghanistan, huge tragedy, but ultimately I concluded, good thing we're going. Uh, I talked about the hurricanes that it seems like in the sort of new world, both Mexico and Canada and the United States, sorry, are like getting like hurricanes like it's candy. And I also talked about the sort of the schools and how in the Britain at the moment there's a bit of a problem with a bunch of them being like not maintained properly, uh, and ultimately kind of shifted that to a discussion on do we want to go back to like the old normal of like, oh, everybody's in the class and everybody's in the office when a lot of people are actually quite happy not being there anymore. But we're going to not talk about that. We're going to whistle stop tours straight on to our final subject for today, which is a short little thing, but it hit my special blend. Uh, I've got the Guardian up for it, and it's titled "Majority of Northern Irish Voters Won't Vote on Staying in the UK," which is the kind of thing which makes you think like, oh dear, all right. But then get this: two-thirds of voters in Northern Ireland believe there should be a vote over its place in the UK, but only 37% want it to take place within the next 5 years. Some 31% of voters said that there should be a vote at some point in the NI, but only after 2026. A further 29% said that there should never be such a vote. There is currently a 7-point lead in Northern Ireland for remaining a part of the UK should any vote take place. At this point, like it's all sorts of whiplash, isn't there? 49% said that they would back remaining in the UK, but 42% with only 42% saying that Northern Ireland should reunite with the rest of it. A further 9% being undecided. It's I hope you can see like why I'm getting like a little bit of a whiplash there. It's like, wait, what? It's like, okay, I want there to be a vote on, Northern Ireland being a part of the UK. And I'm gonna vote to keep things the same. I'm gonna vote to have there be no change whatsoever. And I kind of get it from like a sort of a realpolitik point of view. It's like, okay, yes, there's like people who are like really angry and they might like gain momentum. So let's have like the referendum to like put them down. And like I get that kind of perspective. But then at the same time, it's like, so if you did want that though, why would you like support it then to be in a long time? Why would you wait for it? Wouldn't that mean that you support then like the reunification happening? But then if you are in that position, why would you take the gamble on? Oh, things in 5 years will be different and sufficiently changed to be like in my favor. Kind of quick little story there. I'm not sure why it kind of, you know, catches my attention. It's like, yes, sort of numbers of people being weird and inconsistent. Perhaps it's a media thing. In the US, for example, they've been talking about how Biden's approval rating has been really dropping to now it's just 28% of Americans support the way in which Biden withdrew from Afghanistan. But at the same time, two-thirds, so over 65% of Americans still believe that was the right thing to do. So then it's like, okay, we should have left Afghanistan, but, not in this way. Which, of course, begs the question, okay, so how would you leave? To a whole lot of, it's not in this way, just not in this way. Maybe it's one of those cases where it's like a thing that people at this point kind of think is a bit abstract. I mean, the Troubles ended 20 years ago. There's been bigger fish to fry now. And so maybe it could be the case that people kind of like, they still have their views of, yeah, I want a united Ireland, or no, I want Northern Ireland to still be a part of the UK. But it's not like a big deal to them anymore. They're kind of like, yeah, I kind of like it. Maybe there should be a vote, but like, yeah, you know, coronavirus is like killing all the people, and that's kind of serious. Yeah, I'm really concerned about like the offices and why we should or whether we should do like a commute or not, whatever. That's all I've really got to say on the subject, uh, and that kind of clears out most of the sort of stories I've got for this week. I've got to admit that this week I've been kind of a bit sort of distracted. In the British Museum, they had this big exhibition on the Emperor Nero, and so I went and saw it and saw like their amazing exhibit. Would highly recommend it on this Roman emperor. It's really sort of changed a lot of my ideas around the guy because like the sort of popular history is like, oh, he was this madman and he was like fiddling while Rome burned and so on. But then when you look at the evidence, it's actually no. He as soon as he heard of the fire, he rushed over, like organized the sort of evacuation and the relief efforts, and actually he was incredibly popular among the people while he was still alive. And even after he died by an assassination by the elites, which sparked like this 4 year this like 1 year civil war, you know, there were a bunch of pretenders who pretended to be Nero, and the guy who won was like one of Nero's like fiercest supporters. All sorts of like really fascinating stuff. Uh, that's been really kind of on my mind. I've been just starting SBQR by Mary Beard. So I've really been sort of focusing a lot this past week on ancient history and sort of like the events of like 3,000 years ago and 2,000 years ago. But history doesn't ever stop, does it? And much as sort of the events of sort of the Emperor Nero are interesting, it's also true that they kind of have an inherent kind of relevance to today. For example, when I was looking at the sort of Nero, I couldn't help but think of like Donald Trump and how like one of the main criticisms of like all the sort of senators and all of the sort of rich people was, oh, he has no decorum. Like we actually agree with a bunch of his policies, but he says mean things, and he's a bit off the coof, and he like breaks the conventions, and you're not supposed to do that. And the best part of that is there's complete ambiguity about which one I'm talking about there. And even if you can't say, oh, he did an evil thing, and that was really bad, and that's just like objectively a terrible thing that he did there, that's not going to be the criticism you'll hear, though. Criticism you'll hear is still, oh yeah, no, actually that was a good idea, but like the way he did it, the way he kind of like proposed it was like really bad. And maybe that's what's happening in Northern Ireland. A lot of people, it's no secret that a lot of people in Northern Ireland don't like Brexit because Brexit's really screwed them, and they now have like a customs hard border between themselves and the rest of the UK, which to my mind and to a lot of other people's minds is like the most fundamental violation of a nation's sovereignty that you could possibly kind of conjure. Like, why would you have a country with like hard internal borders within your own country? Why would you even have a country if that's what you're doing? And so maybe that's what people think is like, oh, I really like being part of the UK, because I'm a patriot or whatever. But I really don't like how like the arrangement is today. I really don't like the way it's happening. Maybe they're thinking, if I like put pressure on the sort of the UK government by like openly supporting a referendum on being the subject of like joining the Republic, which is a massive Russian roulette move. Maybe by doing that, I'll panic the Westminster to go, oh, actually, no. Here's like some nice things. Quick, quick, quick! Don't leave! Don't leave! Don't leave! Don't stay a part of us. You have no idea how much you mean to us, baby. Maybe, maybe. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. I always make a point of reading the comments and engaging, like I did this episode. Having a bit of a chat with the commenter. It's really going to annoy me now for the rest of the day that I can't, for the life of me, remember what the name of the US Death Squad unit was. But hey, maybe somebody will let me know. But in the meantime, in between time, there are some other people who chat. I'm not talking about the other people who talk, in those mysterious breaks when I go off, but other Relax Radio shows. We have shows with Relax Radio, talk about everything: politics, spirituality, lifestyle, heck, even the uni show if you want to hear all about education and the sort of struggles in that sector. But I'm going to be off and have fun reading about ancient Romans with struggles weirdly similar to the struggles of today. Have a good day.